tosiaan nyt kandee hetki olla hiljaa. Eiks niin? James and Oliver, welcome to Finland again.
Well, hello everyone. Thank you so much for having us back. Yeah, this is huge. So we're really glad to be back here 2 years after we were here before, and you guys are still as loud as you were last time.
So I'm going to ask you. I heard you came already yesterday. You've been experiencing some Finnish traditions. Can you tell me what you've done yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday we just headed out into the national park and went on a lake, and we went canoeing and fishing and went in a sauna, then went in the lake, then went back in the sauna, then in the lake, and just really chilled out. And we're like, this is our second time in Helsinki, and it's great to be back, and we will return again, I'm sure.
So, what kind of memories do you have from the last trip here?
Yeah, like this really. It was. I mean, the weather's been great to us while we've been here, and as James said, yesterday was perfect because we've been having quite a busy time on this promotional circuit, and to just chill out in your country, which is absolutely beautiful, has been so welcome.
So let's talk about Harry Potter films. That's why you're here, right? So the last one is about to come out. I saw the movie and I think it's the best of all of them. But you must have lots of great memories. Do you have like the dearest, warmest memory of your heart of making these films?
Yeah, I mean, in making them, there's so much. Over the last 10 years has been amazing, and I mean, the one thing that always sticks in my mind is the first Great Hall scene we ever did, because it was just absolutely packed with people, and all the flames were going and everything. Yeah, that was really special. To be honest with you, the filming aside is great. It's really fantastic, but it's events like this that make the filming so great. Personally, but I do remember because Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2 were shot at the same time, and I remember when we shot in Part 1, the 7 Harry sequence. That was a lot of fun to do. Really good fun.
So do you have any funny memories from the set?
Yeah, we got a few actually. I don't know if I can talk about it here.
Yes, you can. You can trust us. Nobody will tell no one.
No, I can't. I'm trying. There was a quick one. We're really into video games, and so when we're filming, when we're not shooting, like there'll be a video game set up, and there was one cast member who will remain nameless. Fell asleep right next to the TV while we were at the time playing Medal of Honor, which is an action shooter. So we turned the volume to full blast and started loading some rounds on it, and he literally went and then out the door, and I think he filmed the rest of it.
What about you?
Ooh, right, so we did one thing, but if I tell you, you've got to promise not to do it, because it can be bad, right? So, no, you won't. So we're on location, and all the crew had to be at the base for a certain time, so they all leave the hotel at, say, 8 o'clock. And they all have to go past this one road. So we decided to get our cameras, just a normal camera, stand by a lamppost, and when they drove past, take a picture, so it flashes and they think they had a speeding ticket. And when you do it to so many people, they all get really panicky, and then it's amazing how many people break after getting flashed. So if you want a bit of a cheap laugh on the way home, maybe try it, I don't know.
Yeah, so don't do this at home. Yeah. So, what have you learned about yourself during making these films?
I've learned that being ginger is cool. And I like to think we're honorary gingers now after being it for 10 years.
but also just how warm and cool the Harry Potter fan base is, because without you guys we don't make these movies as great as they are, so yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, and I think the main thing what we learn is being able to travel all around the world. We're fortunate to travel some fantastic countries, and some more than once, like right here. So it's been absolutely amazing, and especially as Jay said, to the fan base. I mean, I can see a family of Weasleys over there. Hello. Yeah, it's amazing size.
So it's quite obvious that girls like you, because, you know, the screaming... Yeah, the screaming is quite loud, so you must get kind of little bit of different attention from girls nowadays, am I right?
I get really shy. I'm really shy now, actually. Thank you very much for making us feel very welcome in your country, and actually, it was only 2 weeks ago when we were asked, would you like to return to Helsinki? And without even thinking about it, we said yes, because when we were here 2 years ago, you guys were the loudest premiere we had. And you still are, that's true.
And it's also one of the most intimidating places I've ever been in my life. But no, it's so cool to see, as I said earlier, to see all you guys here. And the fact that the police have just drove by, just think, see what's going on.
Well, behave.
You've got to be quiet, yeah.
So, you get also a lot of gifts from fans. What's been the weirdest or oddest gifts? Because there's a lot of stories, you know, you get... What is it?
Last week, actually, someone posted me a watermelon.
Ilmapallo on kuva. Häh?
What did you do with it?
I ate it. But like this big box came and it was huge, and I thought, oh great, it's really heavy. This is going to be good. Yeah, and it was a watermelon, but you know, eat your fruit. It's good for you.
Well, it's actually the London premiere, stick with the fruit theme. We were walking past, because people were camping out the London premiere for like 4, there you go. Someone came prepared. Yeah, literally, so people have been camping out at the premiere in London for 4 or 5 days. And someone had brought a banana with them, which was black at this point, it was overripe. You see this little pocket, and they said, oh, would you sign my banana for me? So yeah, I don't know if they got it home or not, but yeah, that's quite different.
There's one banana there. Please don't throw it. So, what kind of a spell you would like to learn in real life and why?
It's not...
Something else than opera da capra.
It's not actually a spell. If I could take anything from Harry Potter's Wizarding World, it would be a portkey. My reason is simple. To get here yesterday, we flew from Dublin and we had to go via Copenhagen. Basically, we're travelling for about 12 hours. If I just touch the portkey, I'll be here. And I could come here anytime I like, which I think that'd be awesome.
I think I'd quite like to know what my Patronus charm is, because you never actually see what it is. What I think it is. I'm quite an easygoing guy, so it'll probably be something like a panda. Just sitting there, not doing a lot. Yeah, but it'd be quite an interesting thing, you know? Like that, yeah. Well, you guys are really prepared today, wow.
So, this is great. Why do you have a panda with you? You will get it. So, you get these gifts from fans and you get attention, but in real life, do people recognize you on the streets? Do you still get to live normal life? Has this changed your life totally, upside down?
I don't think so. I mean, actually, we may have passed a couple of you today because we actually went on a bike ride around the city. So we can get around okay. People do ask us for autographs every now and then, but it's cool because it's one thing about all the Harry Potter followers. You know, it's just one of those things where everyone will get their thing and move on. So it's really nice, and they're all really respectful.
I guess it's a lot easier now. We don't have flaming red hair, but we still get stopped every so often. But it's always cool to hang out and chat with new people.
So then, about the movie, final movie, part 2, Deathly Hallows. What makes it so special and different, except for being 3D?
It is in 3D.
Yeah.
I think it's mainly because it's all like part 1 wasn't in Hogwarts. You hardly saw Hogwarts in part 1. Part 2 is in Hogwarts. We're back to Hogwarts, but there's a big battle pretty much running the whole way through. Those who have read the book will know that it's. I mean, it says, you know, it all comes down to this. This is the end. And every story line from the Harry Potter series is wrapped up. So you don't leave the cinema thinking, well, what about this, what about that? Everything is wrapped up, and it's action-packed from start to finish, and I know you guys are going to love it, I'm sure.
And as James said, you actually see how evil Voldemort really is. He's not a nice guy.
Now you're telling us, we didn't know that before.
Just in case you didn't know, but yeah, no, it's an awesome movie. We saw it twice within 3 days, I think it was. And it's definitely worth seeing. Definitely worth seeing.
So, about the 3D, let's talk about it now. How was it affecting your work on the set? Was it different?
No, we actually shot the movie in 2D, and it was converted into 3D. I think that's why Deathly Hallows Part 1 was released in 2D, because it wasn't done it took this long for them to make it exactly how they liked it. So you can really see the amount of work which has got into it. But what's cool is that it's not like in your face 3D, it's like the spells just fly past you and the smoke and all that kind of thing.
It's pretty stylish.
Yeah, it is, especially that there's a really cool scene towards the end of the film where it actually gets you leaning back in your seat, which is awesome. Especially when we saw it for the second time, so we knew it was happening. We were like looking around the cinema, watching everyone else like lean back in their seats.
So, do you have a favorite Harry Potter character?
Dobby.
Except yourself.
Yeah, I'm going to say Dobby. He's pretty cool. I was actually really upset at the end of part 1, but he was a very funny character, and he made me laugh a lot.
Mine isn't a little elf, I'll be honest. I actually quite like Mad-Eye Moody just because he's so
So you've been working with the same people with this movie. Have you made good friends with everybody? Do you keep in touch now that everything's gone and the end is here?
Yeah, we're very good friends. I actually spoke to a few of the guys who are in New York at the moment doing the premiere there. So we stay in contact to let everyone know how we're getting on at the different locations. But I can't wait to tell them about you guys, taking me very jealous, I know. We get on really well with a lot of the characters. We play a lot of golf, so we play golf with quite a few of the guys, go to concerts with them. To be honest, the relationship we have with everyone is like when you're at school or university, like the friends you make there, you always keep in contact with them, you know, you get on with them well, which we're very lucky to be able to do.
Okay, then I have to talk about dying. No dying. No dying. Are you both here? But what about... And then comes the dancing part. But what about if there would be another Harry Potter movie? Only one of you would be in it.
No, you can't say that. It's unique, but I think what's cool about this part 7 is part 7? HP7 part 2 is that everything gets wrapped up and it's left on such a high. I'm not sure whether there's any need for another movie because it is going out on such a high. Why damage that?
I think as well that what better way to finish the whole series than to, as James said, to have it going out on a high. I mean, there's a lot of people count out when we went to the London premiere. There's a lot of people here today to expect the film. And it's one of those things. Why would you, why risk ruining all that? And the film doesn't disappoint either.
It is a great film. Yes. So, your favorite Potter film and a book. Yes, and why? Yes.
My favourite Potter film to make, although they've all been great to work on, would be The Goblet of Fire. For a number of reasons. One, I always wanted to grow my hair, so I was allowed to grow my hair. We got to work with some really other cool guys like Clemence, Katie, Rob, Stan, all these really cool other new characters. And we just had such a fun time making it. I think that's my favourite one to make and to watch. Definitely Hallows Part 2. Yeah.
And as for my favourite book, I think I've got a blank. How embarrassing now. I mean, it's amazing, like being able to read the books and then watch all these sets we read about come to life. But I mean, The Prisoner of Azkaban was my favourite book. There was so many like twists and turns in it, and as I say, like when you read the books, you imagine how things are. So to see all these sets come to life is spectacular, especially walk into them.
So now that everything's done, and when it was done a couple of years ago already on the set, what was the feeling on the set when people knew that this is the end?
It was kind of like your last day at school, where you knew it was coming. You're sad that you're not going to be in that environment again, but you're still going to remain friends. But it never seemed over. It only seems over, well, to be honest, on Thursday when we had the world premiere, and that's pretty much the last time we're all going to be in the same place. But if you're going to go out, you might as well go out on the biggest high in cinema history, so that's pretty cool.
It was amazing read that I don't think any of us quite believed that it was coming to an end. And at the premiere the other day in London, we actually thought, wow, we're not going to do this again. But then we were fortunate enough to be able to go to a lot of other countries and share this whole film with everybody. So it still hasn't sunk in yet that this is the end.
So, do you play any Harry Potter games?
Actually, yeah. Electronic Arts, who make the Harry Potter games series, actually asked us to put our voices in a couple of them, which has been really cool. And actually, it's the only time we are able to move from set to set, because when we're at the studios, when you leave the Great Hall, you go into a car park. Whereas in the game, you leave the Great Hall and you're in the courtyard, and then you can go to the moving staircases. So yeah, they're pretty cool to be a part of.
Yeah, exactly the same. We were actually able to use the Kinect technology on the 360. We were the first people to show that off in a live-action game, which was another peak of being in these movies.
So then, what are your plans now after the Harry Potter films? What are you doing?
I'm going to take a vacation, first of all.
You're coming to Finland, right?
I was about to say, I enjoyed yesterday so much that I do honestly intend, my friend Craig here and I actually intend to come back and just go camping for a week or so in Finland. And then after that, we're actually going to pursue individual projects. Oliver's got one starting hopefully at the end of September, and I've got one hopefully starting at the end of October. So we're splitting up for the time being, but we'll be back together, I'm sure, for another project soon.
But we're talking about acting still, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, who would want to turn away from this type of thing? It's, yeah, definitely same with acting.
So my last question before I have to let you go. Tell all these convince people why we and them should go and see Deathly Hallows Part 2?
You've watched it all for 10 years, why miss the last one? I don't know. But no, the main reason I would say is because everything about it is awesome. The effects are amazing, the sets are amazing, the acting's amazing, and then what's the best part is the story, because it shows everything. It shows action, love, drama, tragedy, everything's in it that a cinema goer will like. Even if you're not a Harry Potter fan, you will love this film.
What he said, and you get to wear 3D glasses.
I think that was it. Thank you so much, James and Oliver.